Windham's moved down here. They bought this brewery in 1874 from a chap called Horace Windham. Now Mr Windham was retiring, so it was a great opportunity obviously for the Jennings family to acquire a larger brewery than they had at Lawton, and also in a much better position than the one at Lawton, and for Mr Windham to get his retirement funds sorted out. When I say a better position than Lawton, Lawton of course is a beautiful area, and I don't know whether many of you know where the brewery was in High Lawton, but sort of coming down from there, you know, with a horse and cart load of beer would take the best part of a day to come into Cockermouth and have a drink or two and then go back again. Being in the town was great. Imagine Cockermouth, you know, sort of 100 odd years ago, very busy market town. You had sort of livestock and produce coming in. You have the railway, the beginnings of the railway. It's on a crossroads. If you look back at old maps of Cockermouth, you'll find that every other door on the main street in the marketplace was an alehouse of some sort. And visitors today come into Cockermouth and say, God, there's a lot of pubs here. And I know the town I've worked in Cockermouth, how many of those pubs have gone. So, you know, really busy place, so a great place to get the beer out into the town, loads of place to sell it. And of course, a much larger premises. They expanded from what was the original range of buildings which we're in now, out that way. They built maltings and sort of worked on the site. It was a really good place for them to be. This building that we're in now, I heard one or two people say, look at the old beams as you came in. This building dates back to the 1700s at least. We've got Record Show Brewery here in 1795, so you know, at least then. And when Jennings bought the brewery, it was called the Old Brewery for obvious reasons. It changed its name to the Castle Brewery because it probably sounded better with the castle up behind. So we're looking at a very old building indeed. And as I'm sure some of you know, when you get old timbers like this in buildings, the chances are they're sailing ship timbers. And that goes back as far as the Spanish Armada, or the reason for that goes back as far as the Spanish Armada. At that time, an awful lot of ships were built in a hurry, oak forests were sort of cut down wholesale and never replanted. And then as trade built and as the naval fleet built, more and more timber was needed for shipping, and building timber was in really short supply. So the choices were you used another type of tree, in which case we probably wouldn't be standing in this building, or you used recycled sailing ships, which were fairly easy to get hold of. So around Maryport they'd be hauled up onto the beach around Allenby and they're broken up and then the timber's resold. So that's how we ended up with sailing ships in the roofs. This part of the building, up until fairly recently, was used as a store for the malted barley. And each and every day we were brewing, the malted barley was taken from here in sacks into the mill that we passed on the way through. We were using between 2 and 3.5 tonnes of malt per day in a brew. So whether many of you would have fancied the job, I don't know, but it was fairly hard work. We've got a slightly different system set up when we get through into the new brew house. So if you'd like to follow me, I've got 1 or 2 more stairs for you to go, and then we've got to the top.